Ladies and gentlemen, welcome wherever you're watching in the world to match 4 of the European Cricket League, live from La Manga in sunny Spain. And match 4 sees Catalunya, the Spanish champions, taking on JCC Brescia from Italy. And Philipp Bachstadt, former German international. How do you see this one?
Oh, it's going to be a tight one, I think. Spain against Italy always is a tight one, no matter what sport it is. Brescia were very close in getting into the ECL, but there's one batsman here who scored 107 runs just to get into the ECL, so he qualified them. Now let's have a look at the toss, and we will see who will start batting.
Yassir with the toss.
All right, we are at the ground for game number 4, and it's time for the toss. I've got the 2 captains on my left. A very happy captain, having won the first game with a margin of 66 runs. Don't mean to intimidate you, but the other captain is from JCC Brescia. Your first game today. Are you guys ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay, so it's your call first.
Okay. Head.
What is that?
It's a tail.
It's a tail. Okay, so you win. What did you decide?
Batting first.
Batting first.
Yeah.
Of course, it makes all the sense, right?
Yeah.
Going by the first game?
Yeah, sure, because we also make a big score so that we can defend the total.
Yeah. You guys have never played against each other. It's the first time that you're against
Yeah, it's first time, yeah.
Do you know anything about their team? Do you know anything about the players? Is there anybody you're going to look out for, or?
Yeah, something about teams, because mostly all the players are Asians, so that we know how to play the cricket with each other, so that I know that.
Yeah. and of course, looking at the pitch, do you think anything's changed? It remains the same. It's now going to be game number 4.
Yeah, no, I think so. The wicket is good for batting if we will stay, because the second time a little bit turn, so that maybe we get benefit from the wicket. We have 3 spinners so that we can defend.
Okay, so your spinners come in early, yeah. I'm guessing.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. And yeah, so you get to bowl first. Yes. It's okay for you?
Yes, I like it to bowl first.
Okay. Reason?
Reason, we have a best bowling side and also batting side. But we trying to restrict minimum total, because when chaseable, we have maximum best bowling side.
Okay, I like your confidence, but did you see their first game? Did you get a chance to watch their first game?
Yes.
And is there anybody in particular, maybe a double M, that you're looking out for?
I don't think I have anybody dangerous batsman and Spain side. We have all best bowling side. Don't think big target.
And is there any danger man you will be looking out for, whose wicket you want to get up front?
We have maximum plan against best batsman.
Yeah.
I think Spain minimum target. Yeah. We can chase target if target above the 100. I think we have a best batsman, all-rounder best power hitter batsman. Yeah. So we can chase 120 and.
Okay. So well, I'm glad that the toss went according to the way you would have liked to. You would have liked to bowl anyway.
Yes, I like to bowl first.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, and I wish you all the very best. Okay. And well, with that, it's time for us to join the commentators. And the news from the pitch is that Catalunya has won the toss and, of course, is elected to bat first. It's over to you guys.
Thank you very much. Yassir doing a fantastic job in the Spanish sun there. So Catalunya winning the toss and batting. We saw Catalunya dismantle St Petersburg Lions in the first game, but this is our first look at JCC Cricket Club from Brescia. So let's find out a little bit more about them with Michael McCann.
Brescia from Italy don't play their first ECL match until the 4th game of the tournament, facing Catalunya Cricket Club at 3 p.m. on Monday. Until then, you might find them here in the nets. One man who'll certainly be having a hit is Shahrukh Nawaz. This guy smashed 107 in the national T20 final in the rain to get them here. With the ball, they're reliant on the experienced spin duo. 97 years between Mohammed Iqbal and Ali Azad. They'll both be crucial for Brescia, one of 4 teams in Group B. Only 2 can make it to the semi-finals, of course. Find out if they do on ECN.cricket.
Thanks very much, Michael. So that's a very interesting introduction to cricket in Italy and specifically the JCC Brescia club. And Phil, like we say, we've seen Catalunya. They were very impressive in the first game, particularly with the bat. But I wonder what we can expect from these Italians.
Well, Italy has also grown in terms of cricket quality over the last 2 decades. There have been also in the national team quite a few Australians who've been brought in to strengthen the national team. So the level of cricket has particularly gone up in Rome and the southern part of Italy. But in the northern part of Italy, Brescia, Bergamo, they're actually dominating at the moment. So I'm really curious to see whether what the captain actually said, that they have the best bowling side and the best batting side, will be true.
Well, absolutely, because cricket in Italy, some people call it the sleeping giant of Europe, especially as the Italians come onto the field now. About 45 clubs currently in Italy, but that's growing all the time. And I hear that in Italy, every street corner, every basketball court, you can see a cricket game breaking out. So it is a matter of getting those people playing cricket on the street or playing with their friends, getting them into organised cricket. If you do join a club in Italy or any of the countries involved with the ECL, you could find yourself here next year at the second version of the European Cricket League, playing in front of a global audience. So yeah, that was very interesting, those comments from the Brescian captain Ali Zahid as they take the field. And how excited would they be for the first time playing cricket in front of so many people watching around the world? Well,
they will be super excited to have a setting here as the 2 batsmen from Catalunya come out onto the pitch. This game is broadcasted all over the world. 100+ countries are seeing what they're doing right now. Maybe some scouts are around as well, watching them. So they will be super excited. Maybe there is a professional contract coming up soon.
Well, absolutely. We've seen from some of these short-form tournaments around the world, Sandeep Lamachani, the Nepalese spinner, get a big contract in the Big Bash in Australia. And, you know, in this short form, anyone that can find the ability to put the brakes on with the ball, they're worth their weight in gold. And similarly, people that can hit the ball a long way, long and often, you know, they're worth their weight in gold in this format of the game. So we've got the opening bowler for Brescia, Mohammed Imran, will deliver their first ball in ECL. And taking strike, it is number 9 for Catalunya, Yassir Ali. Now, Yassir, there were big raps on him. He was the leading run scorer in their domestic competition last year. But the only ball he faced in ECL so far, back in game 2, he had his stumps disturbed by Lalit from St. Petersburg. So there definitely would be some butterflies in his tummy as he gets ready to face the first ball innings once again.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see how many balls he will survive this time, or whether he can actually get some runs on the board this innings.
And of course, batting with him, the Big Mac, as we called him, the skipper, Mohammed Armagan Khan. He is at the non-strikers end, 38 years of age, originally from Lahore. He's been playing in Spain since 2004. He's shown his ability to hit the ball, but also controlled aggression. He had to come in with the team in trouble in game 2 today, which was their first game, and he was able to steer them on the way to a total of 128. So all in readiness now. It's a 10-over game. That's 60 deliveries for each team to bat and score as many runs as they can. The first 3 overs are a power play, meaning only 2 outfielders are allowed. So we can see at the moment, the Italians have gone with a long off and a third man as Mohammed Imran gets set to deliver the first ball. I'm sure there's a few nerves as well as he's set to deliver the first ball of his ECL career. Ready now. No. Good start there from Imran as it was pitched up. Good line, good length, and you can bet that Yassir Ali, for all the runs he scored leading up to this tournament, he'd be very happy to keep the first one out.
And he definitely wanted to get off the mark straight away, but didn't quite happen.
puts on the charge, shuffles down the wicket. The chase is on, but the fielder can't catch it. Shahrukh can only watch as the ball crosses the boundary for 4 runs.
Yeah, he's a gun bat, this Yassir Ali. I'm sorry I haven't seen him much because he only survived 1 ball last game, but now is the time for him.
That's right, and that will do his confidence the world of good. Now the bowler bowled 2 length deliveries. Will he mix it up? 3rd time. It's full. Nice bit of shape away from the batsman. Has pushed out to mid-wicket where the fielding's done by Zain ul Abdeen.
Yeah, the ball started at leg stump and then nicely turned into the off stump.
Oh, now my heart just skipped a beat, Philip, because we're going to see the big M.A.K., a.k.a. the Big Mac, Mohammad Armagan Khan, batting in his canary yellow cap for Catalunya, facing his first ball. Oh, it's full. Wrapped on the pad. Great fielding there from the short, fine leg, the direct hit. But that always looked to be missing the leg stump.
Umpire Andrew Kitters didn't take it.
Well, it's not a good sign when you appeal and the umpire's already taken 3 or 4 steps away, which he had. And I think definitely, as we see on the replay, the ball sliding down the leg side. There's still a good steady start here for Mohammad Imran in his first over in the ECL. Yassir Ali now. Oh, that's well bowled. Line and length, just a little bit of that away movement from Imran. Yassir Ali showing next level up. It's not so easy. It's a good seam position there. And on this pitch, which has a healthy covering of grass in most places, if you can hit the seam, there is a bit of deviation side to side, and that can make life difficult for the batsman.
Yeah, even just short of a length.
Charges on, up, and away. The first Maximo. Yassir Ali finishes the over with a 6. The first one of the day for Catalunya, and they move to 12 for no loss after 1.
Vin, it was getting a bit close to us. I was kind of scared.
I tell you what, we've seen some good crowd catches today as well, Phil. We had our floor manager, Phil Bowes, take a screamer, and he's a very busy man, Phil, and he even took the time to take a catch in the first game, and we had another spectator take a great catch. I'd like to see some prize money for crowd catches. Phil?
Yeah, that would be great, but I'm glad that over 100,000 euros go from the organization of European Cricket League into European cricket, into the development of European cricket, including the prize money. So I think that's where the money should go.
Absolutely. Now the new bowler from the Las Lomas end is Mohammad Jaffrey. They call him Harry. That's a good ball outside off stump, but cracked away through the covers and 4 runs. What a shot from the Big Mac. What a start there, and it wasn't a bad ball. He came in, it was a decent pace, but not too much foot movement there from the Mac. He just sends it back through the covers and 4 runs, so 16 for no loss now. How can Mohammad Jaffrey answer? Good line there. Stump to stump, worked off the pads. 1 for the Big Mac. And he moves along to 11.
Are singles equally important here? Just a single now and then to keep the scoreboard ticking?
I think a single always beats the dot, Phil. It gives you a chance to get off strike and reassess. Obviously, most of the time you're trying to get more than ones, but one's definitely better than 0 because dots build pressure. You stay on strike and can really get in your head as a batsman in these short formats. Yassir Ali, hot shoe shuffle down the pitch. Clever bowling there from Mohammad Jaffrey as he just pulled the length back. Let's have a look at his action. Comes in nice and straight, quite front on. Builds momentum. He's a good front on action bowler and showed a bit of wherewithal there to adjust his length as he saw Yassir Ali charging at him. Oh, good ball this time, a Yorker. Dug out by Yassir.
He saw that the batsman was coming down the wicket, so he adapted the length, which qualifies him as a very intelligent bowler.
That was good, and these Yorkers, if you get them right, they're difficult to get away without taking undue risks. We've seen the ramp shot a couple of times. Our co-commentator Ryan Campbell still maintains that he invented that shot, had it stolen off him. Should have taken out a patent on that one, Cambo. 2 to come this over. Well, this is a good ball outside off stump. Short of a length. No real foot movement there from Yassir. Had a waft at it. Scrambled seam. Yassir trying to get it away.
My coach always told me that if you swing at it, swing hard.
Well, we have seen some pretty hard swings, particularly the Dreux batsman from France. I think Ryan Campbell told them have a chiropractor on standby because they were going to break their backs. They were swinging so hard. But last ball of the over now. It's been a very good one here from Mohammad Jafri. And that is the end of the over. Strike 3 for Yassir Ali. And at the end of 2, it's 17 for no loss.
And that immediately brings the current run rate right down to 8.5. They were already at almost 14. So
that's 2 overs down. This will be the 3rd over, and this is the last over of the power play. So what that means, if you're new to cricket, is that this is the last over where the fielders are restricted to only having 2 fielders outside that 30-yard circle. After that, they'll be allowed up to 5 fielders outside the circle. So Mohammad Imran's going to bowl out his 2nd and final over. You've got a slip-in position now. It's a very attacking move. They really want to see the back of the Mac because he can do some damage. Full and down the ground. Mid-off's after it, but can't catch it. 4 runs. Cuatro carreras for the Big Mac, the Spanish skipper, leading from the front again. A full ball, middle and leg, and a classical cricket shot all the way along the carpet. And Zainul Abdeen could only watch it go to the boundary. Bowler searching for the edge with the full ball and the slip in place. The slip's come out now. Next ball's down the leg side. Called wide by the umpire. Score moves along to 22 for no loss.
it's always a nice present, these extras.
That's right, they can hurt you, but having said that, I've been reasonably impressed with the Italians and the bowling so far. Asking some questions of the Spanish batsman. This one's full and driven straight down the ground. That won't be caught either. That's 4 runs. And the Mac is in the house.
Top shot. Let's have a look at this. Absolutely straight.
Foot down the pitch to the pitch of the ball, and that raced away to the straight boundary. These boundaries are only about 50 metres. Encouraging the batsmen to go for their shots. Mohammad Imran's been a little full. I think he needs to pull his length back a little bit. Try something different. Only 4 balls left in the power play now. This a little bit better. Pulled the length back a bit. Worked away the square leg by Muhammad Amagan Khan. A 38-year-old born in Lahore, Pakistan. Spent 15 years playing in Spain. And I hear great things about what he does in Spanish cricket. He mentors the young kids and introduces people to the game. So we take a hat off to him for developing the game in his part of the world.
And he also played for the national team of Spain.
Spanish international. Yassir steps down the pitch and drives to mid-on for one. Already 10 off this over. And I think the Italians, JCC Brescia, would be reasonably happy with this start to only give up about 30 in the power play, because it really can hurt you if the batter's off to a flyer. It can be hard to peg them back. Flicked away in the air behind square, but that's 4.
Found the gap.
MAK hitting him all around the ground. He's hit 2 beautiful straight drives, but this one's flicked away behind square leg for 4 more.
That's good. Now, who's got the key? The key to the door.
Look at the way he just picked that up. Using the pace of the ball. That was all timing. He looks like a man with a plan today, doesn't he?
Well, there were burgers for lunch.
The burgers were good. Yeah.
Big Mac.
Big Mac might have enjoyed them. Last ball of the over. Bowler holding that one back a little bit, driven for a single. At the end of the over, it's 33 without loss. Run rate of 11 and over. So now the fielders will be allowed up to 5 outfielders, whereas in the first 3 overs they were only allowed 2.
Second power play.
So if you're new to cricket, if you're watching somewhere around the world, cricket's changed a lot recently. Gone are the tea and scones approach, which a lot of Europeans associate with the game. These are short games. They're only 60 deliveries for each team. And really the batsmen have to be swinging for the fences from ball 1. Ryan Campbell calls it 63 hits.
Mohammad Jaffrey also bowling his overs out.
Yeah, so bowling the openers out, trying to get these early wickets with the paceman. They call him Harry. He was pretty miserly in the first over. He only gave up 5 runs. Let's see what the Max got in store for him. This is wide down the leg side. And Yassir Ahmed with the one-handed take. Anything behind the batsman down the leg side, generally called wide by the umpires. Now the keeper there, Yassir Ahmed, and I love talking about wicket keepers, it's my favourite position. Yassir Ahmed has a great job. Do you know what it is, Phil?
No.
He works in a chocolate and biscuit factory.
Really?
That would be my dream job. Chief taster. Let's see if we can come up with the bickies today. As Harry's in again, Mohammad Jaffrey. And just stuttering in his run-up. That won't count as a ball. Can't have too many of those, Phil, because the fielders only have 45 minutes to complete their 10 overs. Otherwise, they will be penalised. 5 runs for every over they haven't completed in that time. Jaffrey again.
Waiting.
Well bowled. On a good length. It was kind of in between. It was too full to pull. It was too short to drive.
It's amazing that Yassir Ahmed still has a physique like he does. I would look different if I was working in a chocolate factory.
I'm surprised if he has any of his own teeth left. But he's doing a good job. You know, wicket keepers, most important position on the field is what I'm always telling people.
Yeah, because you're a wicket keeper.
Most important job. Everyone thinks they can do it. Jaffrey again. This is bludgeoned down to mid-on. Great pick-up there by the mid-off. But Muck, we've talked about him before. He's running between the wickets. There's a bit hit and miss. We saw him almost moonwalk back to his crease earlier in the day. But when the captain says run, then you run.
Absolutely. He's the boss.
35 for no loss in the 4th over. Very even contest, evenly poised at this stage.
And I think Yassir Ali has also forgotten about his golden duck in the first game.
Yeah, he's up and going already. He's made his way to 12. Let's see what he's got in store now. Has Jaffrey. Well bowled. Yassir Ali has seemed a bit suspect there outside the off stump, just prodding at the ball. Let's see if this one moved a little. Good seam position, maybe just a little bit away from the batsman. So in the 4th over, I think if I was batting here, I'm generally looking at trying to keep the runs at around 10 and over. So I'd be looking for hopefully 40 at the end of this over. That gets you on track for 100. It's a good baseline score, an acceptable score in this format. Of course, they'd be wanting more than that. That's full and driven down the ground. It'll be cut off. Long on and lock off converge for the single.
Do you actually think that when you play at the European Cricket League that the batsmen and fielders are thinking about all the millions of people watching in India and all over the world?
Oh, I think once you've played enough cricket, once the ball's in play, that's what you're concentrating on. Although we do know this has a huge global audience, lots of people interested in Europe, across the subcontinent, Asia, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. We really have gone global wherever you might be watching. Watch anywhere, anytime, ECN.cricket or on your local TV station. This is picked up by the Mac, and that's 4. Deposited over mid-wicket. A fantastic shot. It was full. Middle and off, he took the gamble, he hit across the line, but changed his bat in the first game, but he's definitely got a good one, because that one's found the middle of it. And he found the gap for 4. They have a long on, they have a deep square leg, but no fielder out at deep mid-wicket as he's pushed back now.
It was very well timed.
Jaffrey now. And the Mac pushes it down to mid-on for a single. As you hear the wicketkeeper Hassan Ahmad say, "Single's okay, boss." At the end of the over, it's 41 for no loss.
Well, it's cleverly played. You, first of all, hit a 4, go over the fielders, and then they push the fielders out, and then you can just put it into the gap and run 1 and sneak the strike. So now the Big Mac is back on strike for the next over.
Don't worry about the Big Mac. Muhammad Armagan Khan, M-A-K. Remember those letters. I might end up with an M-A-K tattoo before we leave Spain, because I love this guy.
And now it's skipper against skipper.
It is, as the Brescia skipper, Ali Zahid, comes into the attack.
48 years
48 years young.
Young, okay.
Don't get me started on
No, that's fine.
of some players in cricket lying about their age. I'm not going to say whether I've ever done that, but 48 years old. Coming in. From off spin, it's up, it's high, a chance. And that looks like Maximo. 6 carreras, 6 runs, as it just got over the line. The fielder out there took a few steps and a big running jump, but he wasn't able to haul it in. So what a start in the skipper versus skipper battle.
There was definitely a chance there.
Well tried.
Good try, says his teammate.
Harsha Wanakulasuriya.
This is tossed up. And a wide, yes. Wanakulasuriya, Sri Lankan origin. Doing a good job out there. Good effort, but not able to pull it in. Oh, that's well bowled. Ali Zahid with a comeback. He says, "Look, Mac, you're not getting it all your own way." Not sure whether that was perhaps a top spinner. Mac playing for a bit of turn. Again, oh no! A bit of confusion as the ball was edged down the pitch. And the Mac, I don't know if he's one of the great turners around in world cricket. We've seen him twice try to reverse the old Mac truck and have a bit of difficulty, but he's gotten away with it. And I like the Ali Zahid's tossing the ball up a bit and throwing the challenge down.
Catch it!
This time it's up and over.
Come on, boy. Single Ali.
Over the cover. Fielder, who is Jaffrey, for a single. So what a battle we're seeing here.
Well, he found the gap in the field, but I think the captain of Brescia is just saying, you've won the toss, but you're not going to win this battle.
That's right. So now we've got Yassir Ali on strike.
What is it?
A chance. And no, not out, says the umpire. Yassir Ali looks like he wants to charge, and that was clever bowling from Zahid as he pushed it through. He's tossed a couple up this over. And Yassir not able to make contact. A swift bit of work there from Hassan Ahmed. Willy Wonka, the chocolate factory worker. He whipped the bails off, but the foot was planted, so not out.
Well, he's
Last ball of the over.
He's definitely got the experience.
Something's going to happen here. Got a feeling. Cool shot attempted behind square, chases on. And that is 4 runs. 4 carreras. And a good finish from Yassir Ali. Made the running there. You see him step across outside off stump. Swung it away with the spin. Mohammed Imran trying to kick it back, but he was the wrong side of the rope to affect that piece of fielding. So
it's also the wrong sport.
Yeah, but I like the football skills of these European players.
Well, you could break an ankle pretty quickly.
It is dangerous sometimes, yeah, putting the boot down if you land on the ball. So 53 for no loss after 5 overs, and still around that 10 and over mark. This is Zahid Chima to take up the attack from the Las Lomas end. In Spanish, Las Lomas means the hills, and you might see beautiful hills behind us here in the Mediterranean. This is our first look at Chima. Well bowled with a bit of pace, middle and leg. No bat in that, so 1 leg by. So the batsmen can run off balls even if they don't hit them. If it hits their leg or their body and they decide to run, they go down as extras or leg buys. If it doesn't hit anything, perhaps the wicketkeeper misses the ball, they go down as buys. Sometimes people find this confusing, but the main thing is the team gets whatever runs they accumulate, whether they're credited to the batsman or not. So every run's crucial here. Yassir Ali just finding his way about a run of ball. You see the difference in the strike rates there. Yassir Ali 17 off 14. Khan's faced just 3 more balls, but he's scored 15 more runs to be 32. But this is Yassir Ali now. Chima. Down leg side. And Hassan couldn't catch the cookie that time as was down leg side. Threw out the trusty left mitt. And that will be called a wide, so there'll be 2 wides. 1 for the wide and 1 for the extra run. And Phil, we saw earlier the St. Petersburg team not even give up 1 wide or no ball. How important is it to not give the batsman any freebies?
Well, first of all, any ball will get your eye even more in, whether it be a wide or not. And it gives you an extra run.
Ball. This one is short, attempted pull away, but good pace. Second consecutive delivery. The Mac couldn't get bat on it and was only able to scramble through for a leg by.
It's not a bad over so far for a T10.
So 57 for no loss. And Yassir Ali, you do feel now he has to hit out or get out. He's just kind of cruising along. Needs to take some risks. And he does. It's up in the air. It's high. Fielder coming in. Fantastic effort there from Harsha Warner-Kulasaria as the big man came in and just smothered that one. And Warner-Kulasaria, ball's been following on the boundary, but almost 3 fielders can near this as they converged on the ball. That can be a bit awkward when it lands in front of you. Sometimes it can skip past you for 4 or catch you in the melon. Next ball short outside off stump and pulled straight by Muhammad Armagan Khan for just a single. So they've done well. No boundaries this over as yet. There are 6 off it with 2 balls remaining. It's been a pretty impressive start from Zahid Chima. This is up, it's high and handsome. Maximo Yassir Ali for Catalunya. Setting that one high and over the player's tents. And that might be just what he needs to get him going with those 6 runs.
As soon as you say
this is up.
As soon as you say that an over has started really well for the bowler, somebody hits a 6.
I'll put the curse on him there, but this is an all-important last ball. It's still been a good over. Chima. And he's bowled him! He has bowled him! Zahid Chima, the perfect comeback with a football-type love heart celebration as he sends the stumps of Yassir Ali flying for the 2nd time today. Yassir Ali loses his wickets as we watch it on the replay, thanks to our crew at NEP, as that ball was on a good length, a straight delivery, swinging across the line, trying to repeat the heroics of the ball before. And that is out.
Yeah, you won't be happy with that. It's another innings which, for his standards, is definitely too weak. But he has 1 more game before possibly going into the semis.
That's right. Well, 24 off 17. It's a steady innings from Yassir Ali, but there was big raps on him coming to this tournament. But all rise for the double M, Muhammad Mughal. Now, he's going to be at the non-strikers end because that's the end of the over. The score is 65 for 1 after 6 overs. And it's going to be Ali Zahid to bowl his 2nd and final over for Brescia. Captain to captain. And don't I love these 2 batting together. Tossed up, it's high. It's not going to make it. Zainul Abdeen. He dropped it. He has dropped it. He might have heard me calling his name as he wandered in. And he just could not get the handle on that one. And poor Zainul Abdeen, as he came in and he's dropped the Mac. You drop the Mac, you pay the price. Going for the big shot there. And when you drop one off the skipper, Phil, I can tell you that it's not a good feeling. Muhammad Mughal starts with a fantastic looking cut shot through the offside. 3 points, and they'll come back for 2. Muhammad Mughal scoring 76 runs off only 27 deliveries in the first game that Catalunya played in match 2. He scored 9 sixes, including 5 consecutive sixes and 6 sixes in 7 balls. It was an amazing display of power hitting. This one is up. It's high. It's Maximo Muhammad Mughal. All rise for the double M as he comes up with 6 of the best, and Ali Zahid. Nice to meet you. Over cover for 6.
No respect for the Italian captain.
This one is out. And a 48-year-old, have mercy. Although double M is 40 himself, as we're told. He's round the wicket now, Ali Zahid. It's up. It's high. It's Maximo. Back to back, the double M.
Doing it again. He's doing it again.
12 runs in 6 balls. And does double M love a consecutive 6? We saw him hit 5 consecutive balls faced for 6 in his first game. And poor Ali Zahid, he's throwing it up and saying, go on, have a go. Muhammad Mughal says, thanks very much, 12 in 2 on a hat-trick. A batting hat-trick. This is clever bowling, pushed through a little bit further. Double M gets it away to deep square leg for 1. And you can see just the difference confidence makes. Mohammed Mughal coming off runs. He's just very comfortable at the crease. Yassir Ali struggled to find his touch while he was there. Last ball of this over. Down the wicket, up, high, 1 bounce and 4. Cuatro carreras. And what an over that was for Catalunya, as they took 20 off Ali Zahid's second over. The score after 7 overs is 85 for 1.
I love it when you speak Spanish. I'm looking forward to our last game together tonight at 7 p.m. with the German team Bremen. We're going to have some German lessons.
I'm going to have to really do a bit of study before the German, because my German's poor. I only know one word that's also a number, and that's 9. I've heard it a lot of times in my travels. But what an over that was. Ali Zahid, after giving up only 12 in his first over, gave up 20. So 2 overs for 32. That's the difference 2 in-form batsmen can make. They've only got 10 overs to make their mark, so got to get going straight away. And that's what Mohammed Mughal's done so well. From the start of his innings, he's been timing the ball, finding the boundary, and really most of the time going over it. New bowler now. This is the 8th over. Oh, and a good leg spinning delivery.
Good start by Mohammed Iqbal, also called Bali.
Mohammed Iqbal, a leg spin bowler. Yeah, you're right there, Phil. Bali is what he's known as to his teammates. That was a well-flighted delivery. Just a bit of turn. Again, well bowled.
Keeper has to run.
Keeper's after it. Oh, geez, and you know what? When you work in a biscuit factory, that's why you hide behind the stumps, because you don't want to be going on any long chases.
That's why you're a keeper as well.
Oh, yeah. We do cover a lot of ground, though, and walking end to end. But it's not normally running too much. But if you're restricting double M to 2s, you're doing all right. But I tell you what, this man wants to hit 6 and he wants to hit him now. Let's see what he's got in store here for Mohammed Iqbal. There's a quicker delivery. Cutaway down to fine leg using the pace. Good batting there from Mohammed Mughal. He sends that to the boundary for 4.
Yeah, he picked it up pretty quickly. That it's the quicker delivery, and then use the pace, and then it flies.
You can see that one, instead of rolling his wrist over the ball like a leg break, he just bowled a quicker ball, trying to push it through, not really looking to spin the ball, just trying to keep the batsman on his toes. This is a more traditional leg spinner. Now, sometimes you might see the batsman trying to score 2 there, as there was no infielder on the leg side, but these two more than happy with the single there. The 2 quadragenarians.
It was very short, but he didn't quite pick it up.
Yeah, it was just not really flighting too many. They've tried that a few times to spin bowlers, but the batsmen have been equal to the task and sending him out of this tiny ground here at La Manga. The Rachel Hey-Ho Flint Oval. La Manga on the south coast of Spain. What a beautiful day for cricket. Not a cloud in the sky. This is short and up, it's high. It's a chance, but it's Maximo. Got it over Zahid Chima there at long on. He stood right on the edge of the boundary and jumped, but he could only watch it go over his head, and that's what we talk about, these small boundaries. It was nowhere near the middle of the bat from the Mac, but he still gets 6 runs.
But Bali ball, it was a similar ball by Bali, but this time he picked it up nicely.
Live action now. Big swing there. Big MAK. I reckon he's hit himself in the foot there. And at the end of the 8th over, the score is 98 for 1 wicket.
How many black toenails did you have in your life?
On occasion, you get the Yorker on the big toe. Fingernails probably.
I just had
more.
one. It takes about 4 months until the new one comes through.
I actually had a fingernail fall out after a while. A ball on the end of the finger. It's an interesting experience, but normally not too much pain. Now, MAK after copying that one. I reckon he hit his own toe. He doesn't look like he's in too much comfort there as he's at the non-strikers end. Now Zahid Cheema is going to swing around to bowl the 9th over from the Las Acacias end. And Muhammad Amagan Khan is saying, well, I don't probably need to run either anyway because I'm just going to try and hit boundaries. Or watch Double M hit some from the other end. So only 12 balls remain in this innings. And already at 98, they could be looking to get something close to the 128 they scored in the first game against St. Petersburg. But Zahid Cheema bowled well in the first over. He comes on now. Swung away. Too long on. Picked up there by Muhammad Imran for only the single.
Well, he got a wicket in the first over.
Zahid Cheema was good. In his first over, he was asking questions of the batsman at a decent pace. Nice action. He's got 1 for 11 into his second over now. His last 5 balls, though, so crucial. This is short and pulled away into the gap. 1 bounce and 4. Fantastic shot there by the captain, Muhammad Mughal. And he moves, so the captain, M.A.K., Muhammad Amagan Khan, rather, as he moves on to 48. Philip only 24 balls for that 48, so he's going at 2 runs a ball, which equates to 12 runs and over, so it's a really good rate of knots. He's setting his team up for a really good first innings total here.
2 runs to his 50.
This one is edged onto the pad. Oh, look at him. Tough as nails, the Big Mac. It's another one that he might have just quite easily whacked onto his foot. Every ball crucial here. 9 balls left in this innings.
And he doesn't want to run anymore.
Oh, he's dealing in boundaries. He's on 48. He'll be very keen to score his first half century of his ECL career. As Cheema's in now. That's edged away and safe. 4 runs. And that brings up the 50 for Muhammad Amagan Khan, the skipper. And aren't his teammates excited as he brings up his 50? He's 52 not out of 26 balls. Holding the innings together.
And he still has 8 balls.
And wherever you're watching around the world, bringing you this telecast on behalf of the European Cricket Network, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or watching on your television station, whatever country you're in, strap yourself in because with 8 balls to go in this innings, it's going to be all action. This is swung away on the leg side, and Zainul Abdeen gets down to save the boundary, but they scramble through for 2. 2's never easy on this ground as it is so small. But let's take our hat off there to Zainul Abdeen. He shelled the chance earlier, but he went around and cut 2 runs off for his team there. And this is the thing, though. I think I probably would have opened with Muhammad Mughal. He's only had the chance to face 9 balls in this innings. He's the form batsman. This is well driven. 1 bounce down to Muhammad Imran at long on. End of the over.
And he's sneaking the strike.
110 for 1. And yeah, what's your perspective on that, Phil, when you've got a batsman like Muhammad Mughal that's come off almost 3 a ball he was scoring at in the first game with 9 sixes. Would you have opened with him today, or do you think they did the right thing by persisting with Yassir Ali at the top of the order?
Well, I think a guy like Yassir Ali, he gets his respect over a season, and then you don't drop him after the first game just because he gets a golden duck. But Mughal, of course, he's in top shape at the moment. He was really keen to get that second run just there. He's as quick as a weasel, and I mean he's in real good shape. So yes, maybe they should think about it for the 3rd game.
What I love about the European Cricket League is here's people that are really connected to their club, connected to the structure of cricket in their country, and they're super excited to be here playing in front of a global audience and putting on a show for you wherever you're watching around the world. So it's the last over, the 10th over, about to commence. Muhammad Iqbal It's well flighted. Hit down the ground. Great fielding there at long on. Zahid Chima with the old one hand, one bounce. But that's not a rule in actual cricket.
There's not much agriculture going on. It's actually proper shots.
Well, there's good bowling there. I mean, that was a well-flighted leg spinner on a good length. This one's up high. Has it got the carry? The fielder's come around and taken. That's the end of Mohammad Mughal and the double M. Couldn't repeat his heroics of the first game. Zahid Chima has been fielding very well out there on the long on boundary. He came across almost some confusion there with the other fielder. He was able to pull in the catch, and Catalunya lose their second wicket at 111.
But with 4 balls left, of course you have to try anything now.
See, that ball was up for forever, it seemed like. Zahid Chima called for it, took responsibility, took the catch. Only 4 balls remain in the innings. The new batsman, Nisa Ahmed. But he's not on strike because it's in the air. And Mohammad Amagan Khan gets away with another one. They cross for 1. Back for 2. And Harsh, who is that over there? That looks like perhaps Fiaz Ahmed there. Again, we've seen a few fielders running around the ball at times. It was good running there from the batsman to get back for 2. So the Mac's back on strike, ready for the Mac attack. 3 to come. That's a quicker ball pushed through and whipped away. Past the short fine legs to the boundary for 4. So fantastic batting there. And I like that he didn't premeditate there. He waited to see what was bowled. It was a quicker ball. It's a low full toss on leg stump, and he just used the pace to get the ball away from the boundary.
2 balls left now.
Iqbal again. A big swing there from the Mac as he swings it away to deep square leg for 1. And I have to say that Bali, or Muhammad Iqbal, has it's been pretty good here. And this is the joys of being a T10 middle order batsman. Nisar Ahmed, the 48-year-old, who's playing in the same team as his son, will get to face 1 ball. It's the final ball of the innings. 118 for 2 the score. Has a big swing. And no run scored. So at the end of their 10 overs, Catalunya, after winning the toss and electing to bat, have amassed a score of 118 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. And it was a good total. I think it's perhaps par for the course on this ground and under these conditions. And this means that the Italian team, JCC Brescia, will have to chase down a target of 119 in their 10 overs. As we see the 2 batsmen leaving the field, and Mohammad Amagan Khan, he's already got a big following on social media, a Big Mac. Wouldn't he be excited about his innings? As he was able to score 63 runs off only 32 balls with 9 fours and 2 maximums. And we still see him here hobbling away.
I wonder if he's going to have a bowl.
Well, that's sometimes the benefit of having an injury if you've already batted, is you can sit off and perhaps have a substitute do the work, as we see.
La Manga Club. Oh.
What a place it is to stay. Phil, I'm looking forward to using some of the facilities later on tonight. Perhaps a late night swim. Wonderful conditions here in Spain. Perfect for cricket, and this is why we're so excited to be bringing the European Cricket League to you, because the conditions here are so fantastic. And why shouldn't cricket be played on days like this? Currently 26 degrees and sunny with a slight breeze from the southwest. What a place to be in the world.
Absolutely, and I mean, just close to here are a lot of holiday resorts, but also holiday homes of a lot of British or German tourists who come for holiday, and they have read the newspaper, the local newspaper, listened to the radio, and they have wandered around here. We've had a few hundreds of spectators here already, So it's fantastic to have them here as the audience, as spectators, and of course what NEP Broadcast Services is doing for us around the world. That's what gets you the quality, the action into your houses, into your bedrooms or living rooms. And Vinny, what do we have next?
Well, so far the story, Catalunya, their captain Mohammed Amagan Khan winning the toss and electing to bat. And let's have a look at some highlights from the first innings. Early on, Yassir Ali and Mohammed Amagan Khan, the skipper, opened the batting. Some classical cricket strokes, especially from the skipper. He cracked that one through the cover and showed some excellent batting technique, driving the ball straight down the ground, anything full, pitch up, get sent.
Great partnership, these two. That gives confidence for the rest of the squad.
And showing the deft touch, whipping off his pads. And the captain for Brescia came into the attack, Ali Zahid. Tossed the ball up, that was 4 as the fielder couldn't pull it back with his boot. Yassir Ali and Mohammed Amagan Khan showing some good attacking intent until Yassir Ali was bowled, trying to go to the well one time too many. Mohammed Amagan Khan kept going. Zainul Abdeen had the chance to end his innings, but he shelled it. And Mohammed Mughal there, the double am, picked up where he left off in the first innings that he played in the ECL, sending a couple over the boundary. The batsman really trying to ramp it up to 10. Clever batting there to pull it away behind point.
That brought up his 50. 50 for the captain.
Then another skied ball. Mohammed Mughal out for the first time, caught in the outfield as Chima taking a good catch there at long on. Mohammed Iqbal was a bit unlucky, bowled well. Clever batting again from Mohammed Amagan Khan, just pouncing on anything full, using the pace of the bowler.
And the last over I was very impressed with. And now the Catalonian batsman got a score of 118 for 2. And now the target will be 119. So Brescia has to really get on top of this now. 190 means 11.9 per over.
So with 2 runs required every ball, we're set for a very exciting conclusion of this game, Game 4 of the European Cricket League. We hope you've enjoyed our company so far. We'll be right back after this with the chase from Jandua Cricket Club, Brescia. Welcome back here to La Manga Club on the south coast of Spain for match 4 of the European Cricket League, which pits the Spanish champions Catalunya against JCC Brescia from Italy, the Italian champions. I'm Vinny Sandu, and with me is German international Philipp Buckstadt. And Phil, what a start to the game we had.
Absolutely. We had a big total again of 118. So, yeah, 119 is a tough target to get. What do you think?
I think so. And let's go to some of the highlights from the Catalunya innings as they amassed 118 on the board after winning the toss and electing to bat. And it was Yassir Ali and Mohammad Amagan Khan that opened the batting. And Yassir Ali, after an auspicious start in the first game where he got castled, he was able to get off to a bit of a better start this time, but it was the Big Mac, Mohammad Amagan Khan, MAK, stealing the show with some exquisite straight drives down the ground. And then occasionally, whenever the bowler straight onto legs, he would swing across the line. Opposing captain, Ali Zahid, came on, but he was met with a bit of tap too. Zahid Chima looked good at times, and Ali looked good until he went for a big heave over the leg side and had his stumps disturbed. That was good reward for the bowler. Then, of course, I've loved the fielding so far today, and Zainal Abdeen. Pressure at the moment got to him, and he shelled that one. Mohammad Magal entered the fray, coming off 76 off only 27 balls in the first game. He picked up where he left off, hitting a couple of big maximos. And then anything pushed through, found its way to the boundary behind the wicket. That's the shot which brought up the 50 for Mohammad Amagan Khan. Mohammad Magal played some good shots, but eventually holed out. Zahid Chima keeping his composure and showing how it's done, taking the catch on the long on boundary. Mohammad Iqbal bowled reasonably well without reward, with his leg spinners and quicker balls. Mohammad Amagan Khan finding the boundary again on that occasion. When it was all said and done, Catalunya, after winning the toss and batting, posting a very competitive total of 118 for 2. And that means that Brescia will need 119 runs off their 10 overs. So for those of you that might be new to cricket, each over, when we talk about an over, it's bowled by a particular bowler, and it consists of 6 balls. After that, the bowler from the other end will bowl 6 balls then. So all up, there's 60 balls to be bowled in this innings. The Italians need 119, so roughly 2 a ball. And Philipp Buckstadt, we haven't seen the Brescia team bat yet, but what do you think we can expect from them?
Well, first of all, it's very interesting to see all the European teams here at the European Cricket League, because this outfield is spectacular. They have done such a great job, the groundsmen here at La Manga Club Resort, that these players, especially the batsmen, will not sometimes believe that a normal cover drive will go to the boundary without any effort, because usually in Europe the grass is just not cut as low as here. So That's basically the main difference.
Yes, absolutely. It's fantastic that they get to play on a facility such as this. The best looking cricket grounds I've ever seen, I think, Phil, anywhere in the world. 50-metre boundaries. Converted football field here, but the curator, you've got to take your hat off to the curator. He's done a very good job with this wicket. In the blistering sunshine day in, day out here. They don't call it the Costa del Sol or the Sunshine Coast for nothing.
And there's this nice little breeze that makes it really, really comfortable here.
Now, Yassir Ali, he opens the batting and the bowling with his off spinners. Brescia opening with Mohammad Jafri and Fiaz Ahmed. Yassir Ali showing his all-round skills on display. So 119 the chase.
And again, they're starting with a spin bowler during the power play.
Yeah, the power play, 3 overs where the fielding team is only allowed 2 fielders outside that 30-yard circle. It encourages the batsmen to go for the big shots early. Now they're going with a deep mid-wicket and a deep mid-on. So both men on the leg side. Bit of a false start there.
Tension rising.
In now. And he goes straight over the bowler's head. Straight down the ground for 4. What a start for JCC Brescia.
The bowler had his fingers on the ball. It was a chance.
Let's see how close he got to it. I'm not so sure he was able to touch it, but... Oh, yeah, just a fingertip. And there the eyes of Philipp Bachstadt, the German international. Seeing that all the way from the commentary box. Next ball, it's high. It's high. It's Maximo. Mohammad Jafri with the first 6 of the Brescia innings and the first 6 ever for JCC Brescia in the ECL.
What an amazing shot and what an amazing start.
And he's shown an ability to clear the boundary already, although he's only been there for 2 balls. It's got to get in your head as a spin bowler. It takes a lot of guts to throw another one up after that. But he doesn't. It's a full toss down the wicket. Driven along the ground to Saqib Latif at mid-off.
Ahmed Fiaz didn't look like he was keen on the run.
This is up, it's high. It's Maximo. The second 6 of the over coming from Mohammad Jafri, who's doing the damage early for the Italians. After 4 balls, they've raced to 16 for no loss. And for the second time, hitting with the spin, with the slight breeze there, clearing the ropes and the tents for 6. It's up, it's high, a chance, but over the fielder, all the way to the fence for 4 runs. And we've seen Yassir Ali has had some problems with first overs with the bat and the ball. In the first game, he was castled. And this time with the ball, he's gone for 20 runs off the first 5 deliveries. This one's pushed down the leg side for a wide. For those of you new to cricket, anything bowled behind the batsman that's not touched with the bat or doesn't touch the batsman is generally called a wide. Down the leg side, that's a run to the batting team, and that ball will have to be re-bowled. This is up and pushed to Saqib Latif.
Ahmed Fiaz not having it.
Oh, what an over. After 1 over, it's 21 for no loss for JCC Brescia. And we did mention Fiaz Ahmed. Hasn't looked like he's moved off the 2 metres near the non-striker's end so far. I would have been trying to hustle down to the other end to keep the man on strike. Mohammad Jafri has shown an ability to do some damage, especially in this power play. You only get 18 deliveries in the power play with only 2 fielders allowed outside the circle. So you want to have your players on strike that can play those aggressive strokes, pick up those boundaries.
So 21 of the first over now. Asim Javid is taking on the second over. And now there's the chance for Fiaz Ahmed to prove that he doesn't need to run.
Let's see what Faiz Ahmed has got in store. Javid left arm around the wicket, swung away. And Faiz Ahmed will be very happy to have scored his first run in ECL competition. He's got a bit of the Arjuna run and Tungas about him, doesn't he? Faiz Ahmed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Except Arjuna always wanted to bat in the middle order because he needed a snack. They never like to come out straight away.
Well, here's a team where the keeper is working in a chocolate factory, so.
Ian Healy told me that one. Javid again. On a length and punched straight back down the ground. Mohammad Jafri. And he sends it all the way back to the side screen from whence it came for 4 runs. And Mohammad Jafri has raced to 24 of only 7 balls. Watch out, umpire. Come back now from Javid. Oh, that's up, it's high, it's in the air. Half a chance. And Yassir Ali unable to push it in.
Bowling and bowling.
And then hits the stumps direct, almost costing an overthrow. But Yassir Ali was up in the air for what seemed like forever as it was curling around. The wind was always taking it away from him.
It's always difficult to catch if you're running after the ball.
Running with the flight of the ball there, not really knowing where the other fielders are. He did well to get a hand on it in the end. The batsmen only were able to score a single. So Javid. This one's clubbed down to the mid-off fielder. Every dot ball, especially in the power play, is like gold as we go back and see that ball hanging in the air, the beautiful clear sky here in Manga. And Yassir Ali kind of burst through his fingertips there in the end. Couldn't pull in the chance. Oh, this is up, it's high. And Maximo! Faiz Ahmed muscles that one down the ground, standing and deliver. And that's 6 runs.
What a great shot there. All his power went into that ball.
He's got some power in there. He's ready to unleash. Last ball of the over. Goes again, swung across the line. The batsman will go for 1 and they'll be content with that. It's Faiz Ahmed showing a bit of power on display.
Yeah.
And after 2 overs, the score is 34 for no loss.
And he sneaked the strike. So Faiz Ahmed facing the next ball of the next over as well.
So Mohammad Jafri showing all-round talent. Harry, as he's called to his friends, he showed some skills with the ball. Now coming out, opening the batting on a very warm day, but very pleasant for cricket. 26 and sunny. And this will be the 3rd over, which is the final over of the power play. So the final over where the fielding team only get 2 fielders outside that 30-yard circle. And this looks like Khurram Shahzad, who was very impressive in the first game with his seam bowling. This is short and pulled away to square leg, but there's a man out there. And Faiz will trot through for a single. Yes, Khurram Shahzad bowled really well in the first game. He took 3 for 6 off his 2 overs. This is short, a chance, but wide of Nisar Ahmed there, and again out to the sweeper on the deep square leg boundary for 1. So a good start from Khurram Shahzad, only conceding 2 singles, and already we've seen that rate up to 17 and over, which is almost 3 a ball, but we've seen anything's possible on this field. This is up and it's high. It's got a chance. Maximo! 6 runs to the big man, Faiz Ahmed. Pouncing on that short ball from Khurram Shahzad, sending it out out and away.
And the fielder Ali Azam had 2 balls, and the third one was just too high for him.
Well, he's
6 runs.
He's fielded all 3 balls. It's just he fielded 1 from the tennis courts. What a shot there from Fiaz, and that's what he's sent out to do. It's the big swing. Trying to swat it from outside off stump. It could make contact. Good comeback there. And I think, Phil, a lot of these bowlers, I think that's a good plan with these batsmen trying to swing everything to the leg side and playing these big slog shots to keep the ball outside off stump and force them to drag that ball across. See if they're good enough. This is short. 1 bounce and 4 runs into the spectators' tent. And Fiaz, the big man, means business. And already 12 off this over with a ball to come. So great batting there from Fiaz Ahmed. Don't bowl short to him.
You can immediately sense through his stance that he's actually a leg side player, so don't bowl there.
He's quite open. Nobody back on the offside. He's on middle leg, pulled away. Flicked off the pads. 1 bounce, 4 runs. So 16 off the over. And that brings up the 50 for Brescia on the last ball of the power play. So after 3 overs, it's 50 for no loss.
The Jaffrey Fiaz partnership.
They're doing very well, aren't they?
Second power play, captain.
So the correct score, I can confirm, 50 for no loss after 3 overs. Hitting 69 off the final 7 overs. 9.86 and over is the required run rate. So that's quite manageable. New bowler is Saeed Shirazi, who was the other standout bowler in the first game for Catalunya. He took 3 for 5 off his 2 overs. His left arm, I called him a left-handed Chris Harris with hair. If anyone remembers the New Zealand one-day bowler from the mid-90s.
Gotcha!
This is up and it's in the air, but past the fielder, and that's going to be 4. Mohammed Jaffrey says, welcome to the crease, Saeed. He whips him on the leg side. It was a good effort by the fielder to come and at least try and make the catch, but when they bounce just in front of you, it's not easy. And it skipped past him all the way to the boundary.
Would you always go for the catch, or would you also sometimes save the runs?
That's a very interesting point. We'll come to that in a second, Phil. As the next ball is up, over a chance. And dropped. It's dropped out there at deep mid-wicket. Who has it out there? That looks like Hamza Nisar, who's on the field. The 12th man. The youngster.
18 years old.
18 years old. He went for the catch, and it's not great because his dad's playing as well, and nothing worse than your dad watching you drop a catch. Next ball is blocked up. Fiaz going for the quick single. How quick is he? He didn't even look close to making that. As Saeed Shirazi had a shot at the stumps, and he missed, and Fiaz survives. We might have to call for the oxygen mask now, Phil. But going back to your point earlier, I still think taking a catch is such a momentum shift. If you think you can get there on the full, it's worth running after it. Take a new batsman to the crease, and although you might risk a couple of runs for the boundary, the opportunity to save more than a couple of runs by taking a catch and forcing a new batsman to the crease is also quite valuable. But Fiaz Ahmed.
So let's see the next ball. Sayed.
Gotcha!
This one's up, away, Maximo! Look at that. Isn't he happy about it? Mohammed Jaffrey took that length ball from Saeed Shirazi, put it up and away, over mid on for 6. So the assault continues. Back live now, swing and a miss. That ball was outside off stump. Jaffrey trying to repeat the stroke. So Saeed Shirazi getting a taste of the big time here at the ECL. after he only went for 5 runs off his 2 overs in the first game, but he's already gone for 11. It's a full toss. And Fias, that's going to be called a no ball for height. It was a full toss above the waist. So for those of you maybe watching cricket for the first time, any ball which reaches the batsman without bouncing, if it's over their waist height, it's not a legal delivery. It's what we call a no ball. It's a 1-run penalty, plus that ball has to be re-bowled. And this is a free hit, so the batsman cannot be dismissed off this delivery. He goes for it, hoiks it away. Better work there from the fielder at deep mid-wicket as there's an appeal for a run-out. But safely home was Mohammad Jaffrey. End of the over. We're 15 off it. Saeed Shirazi.
Yeah, the only way you can get out of a free hit is a run out. So if you're attempting a run after you've hit the ball, then you can be run out, but you can't be caught, you can't be bowled, you can't be leg before wicket.
Yeah, that's right, Phil. So it really gives the batsman the opportunity to have a big swing and try and send it over the boundary with very little risk, or no risk really, to his wicket. Just creates an extra level of excitement. And look who's coming on here. The man, double M, Mohammad Mughal. And he bowled the 10th over in the first game.
1 drop catch and also 1 wicket. So let's see what he comes up with this time.
He kind of rolled his fingers in a leg cutaway, like a cross between a slow medium pacer and a kind of leg break bowler. Just mixing it up. This is seam up, it's up in the air, 1 bounce and 4 runs. And the train pulling away from the station. Fiaz Ahmed picking that one up from Mohammad Mughal and sending it to the mid-wicket boundary.
What a great shot.
So got to get that ball outside off stump, double M. This is an appeal. And the umpire pointing to the back foot, which I don't think if I was the batsman, I'd like seeing the umpire pointing. That is the out signal, but Fiaz not leaving the crease for nobody.
It's always difficult to raise your finger as an umpire.
Well, it can be. Of course, we do have 3rd umpire for line decisions here in the ECL. But you just see the difference there, getting the ball outside off stump, forcing the batsman, if they want to slog across the line, doesn't give them too much to work with. Try and force them to play through the offside. This one's drilled. The chase is on, and he's not going to get there. Ali Azam couldn't cut it off, and that's 4 more. Fiaz Ahmed turning it on.
I mean, if these 2 stay in, we really have a game.
Oh, I think if these 2 stay in, Italy are going to catch these runs with a minimum of sweat, maybe some sweat. This one's outside off stump, dragged again to deep mid-wicket. Ali Azam picks it up on the bounce. And you can hear there, Rav Zaman trying to rally his team, the Spanish wicketkeeper.
It's exactly what you said. Outside of stump, good length, and he had a chance.
This is a slow ball leg cutter, it's a chance. And taken! Nisa Ahmed, the grandfather of the team, 48 years old, at getting the job done at long on. And Mohammad Mughal, the man with the golden bat, is the man with the golden arm. As he rolled his fingers on that one, a leg cutter action. Mohammad Jaffrey hitting the ball reasonably well, but not the elevation required. Nisa Ahmed down on 2 knees, almost praying for that ball to stick to his hands.
Because he wanted to show his son that he can actually catch a ball. Because Hamza Nizar, his 18-year-old son, who plays for the Spanish under-19 national team, he dropped a ball just before, and now he, of course, as a 40-year-old father, wanted to show his dad what an ex-Spanish international can do.
Well, if you're a teenager, a budding cricketer in your teens, can you imagine anything worse than dropping a catch in front of millions of people watching on YouTube and on Facebook and all around the world, dropping a catch and then watching your dad take a catch in the outfield. I'd love to be at the dinner table tonight.
I'd love to be on the fines committee.
Oh, the Nisa family. And wouldn't you be talking about that one? See, there you go, son. That's how to do it. Of course, the younger Nisa, one of the youngest players in the tournament. Budding spin bowler, only 17 years of age.
Mohammed Mughal again.
Last ball of the over. Wrapped on the pad.
A little bit high.
That is the end of the over. So the score is 74 for 1. There were 9 off that over.
They need 45 from 30 balls. We're halfway through the innings.
The new batsman is Shahrukh Nawaz. There are big raps on this guy. Can hit a long ball. So at the halfway point, chasing that target of 119. 74 for 1 at JCC Brescia, requiring another 45 runs off the 5 overs. That's only 9 and over. Currently, they're going to get almost 15 and over. So
And they still have Ali Zahid, Zain Ul Abdin coming up.
Plenty of batting to come, but this is the man of the moment, Fiaz Ahmed. We're going to see Shirazi bowl out. And he's bowled! Fiaz Ahmed played a fantastic innings of 34. At his 16th ball sees him come undone as he tries to swing that ball to the leg side. Doesn't make contact. And the top of the off stump is pushed back.
Dipping into the off stump.
And I just think that's off stump and outside is where I try to be bowling. And these players are really trying to smash the ball, almost everything on the leg side.
And this is what I love about cricket, because now the two openers have gone. They had a wonderful partnership, and it all looked as if Brescia would win this easily. But now it's two new batsmen, and they still have to get the runs.
Well, that's exactly right, Phil. We talked about the ebbs and flows, even in a 10 over a side contest. Catalunya resting the back for momentum. New batsman, Ali Usman.
Back up.
Pushes it to cover for a single, and you hear the Catalunya team. They think they can win this game. Lots of chat from the keeper, Rauf Saman. Saeed Shirazi, the wicket, just what he needed to build his confidence. This is Shahrukh Nawaz. Dab down. The double M picks it up at short third man, gets it back, but not before the batsman can score a single. And with that 9 and over required, just over, that's roughly 3 runs every 2 balls, or 1.5 runs a ball that the batsmen require. So again, when they score singles, that rate goes up. Oh, this one's driven back to the bowler, a low full toss. Ali Usman couldn't put it away, and dot ball's so precious in this format of the game.
Within a few balls, it's a completely new game again.
What an over here from Shirazi coming back. This is up, it's high, it's gone. Maximo!
Straight into the practice nets.
Ali Usman clearing the tall football fence there. He missed out the last time, but he wasn't going to miss out again. Shirazi putting the ball on a length, swung away over long on. Back live. This time it's up in the air. The fielder's coming in and taken. Well done by the Spanish team. The Catalunians. Looks like Azim Javid there taking the catch. And Saeed Shirazi, what a comeback, as he was sent for 6. I don't think they're going to find that ball, but a new one came out. And Ali Usman could only sky it to long on.
But great effort by the fielder as well.
Yeah,
to run a long way.
He did, and he had to get the early jump on it. And just sticking out the hands and Isn't Shirazi happy about that? Hasn't been as easy in his second appearance. The new batsman coming out now. It's the cookie man, Hassan Ahmed, the wicket keeper. So Hassan Ahmed did a good job with the gloves. That was the end of the over, but the batters did cross. So Ahmed will be facing, and Mohammad Magal is going to bowl his second and final over. Score after 6 overs is 82 for 3. So 8 runs and 2 wickets off that over. What an exciting conclusion we have in store for us here. Only 4 overs remaining, 24 deliveries. Short of a length, tucked around the corner. Or pad them bat. Possible overthrow. But Nisa backing up. So they'll get one.
But a direct hit would have been trouble there.
I think that would have been curtains there. I wonder if he gets free samples at the biscuit and chocolate factory.
Me too. I'd love to get to know him.
Might have to bring him out to play for us. Mohammad Mughal, he's just had the ability to give a little bit of brilliance to the Spanish team when it's been required. This one swung away, it's up, it's high. And he's held onto it on the deep wicket boundary. What a catch. And what kind of an impact will that have on the game?
The Big Mac.
I said the Big Mac out there. It was a fantastic bit of fielding as he was back towards the boundary. I thought it was Karim Shahzad originally, but was it the big MAK out there in his wonderful canary yellow cap? We'll see here. It was swung away. Going for 6 all the way. And what a bit of fielding. And he had to make sure he didn't step on that rope because it would have been 6. So, MAK confirmed, taking that catch on the deep wicket boundary. And hasn't he had a good game? Oh, that brings the new batsman to the crease, Harsha Warnakulasuriya. What an exciting conclusion we have in store for us. As the score is 83 for 3 after 83 for 4, pardon me, after 6.2 overs.
He had a few misfields there.
So with 22 balls remaining, the batsmen still require 36 runs. So 36 off 22. This is anybody's game, Philip.
This is fantastic.
This is the excitement bringing here at the ECL. Comes in, it's hit flat. Out to long off. Nisa comes around, does the fielding and holds it to 1. So a fantastic bit of fielding. Hassan Ahmed making decent contact, but only getting the single for his troubles.
Harsha Warnakulasuriya, he can make up for his fielding errors if he gets his team back onto track.
So, as we've said before, Phil, not easy for a new batsman to come to the crease and pick up that rate, even with the field being so small, needing 9 runs and over. Yes. This is a slower ball from Mohammad Mughal, leg cutter, and that is cut away behind point for 1, so he's off the mark.
But Harsha waited long enough, he played a very good shot.
That's a good way to be early in your innings here. At least get off strike and take the pressure off yourself. Leave it up to the more established batsman. Although he's not that established as he's only faced 2 balls, but I just think get the heat off you at this stage. 10 and over, very achievable. This is short, drag to the leg side. More of a bottom edge than anything.
Yeah, the timing wasn't perfect, but now it's Harsha again.
Yeah, so that rate creeping up now. Every time there's less than 2 runs off the ball, that rate's going to climb. Mohammed Magal again. This is up.
That's a
Does
great
it have
shot.
the legs? Maximum! Just what the doctor ordered. As that one was sent down the ground over the long-on fielder, all he could do was watch as it sailed over his head for 6.
There was not much power in that shot. It was just pure technique.
Well, it's nice to see Harsha Warnakulasuriya getting out of the gym and putting his talents on display as he muscled that one off the middle of the bat over the long-on fielder. And a 6 at this point just brings that rate down and takes the pressure off. That was the end of the over. The score is 92 for 4. So with 3 overs remaining, they require 27 runs off 18 balls. So 9 and over exactly. The bowler is going to be Khurram Shahzad, one of their real weapons with the ball, Catalunya.
And what a game.
Oh, it's such a crucial over, isn't it? With only 18 deliveries remaining, the batsman requiring 27 runs, so that equates to about 1.5 runs on average every ball. So they'll be looking to score off every ball possible. There's nobody in the infield on the leg side. 5 men out. Khurram Shahzad, the ball in hand. This one is dragged to wide long on. The batsman will cross for 1.
Mistimed that a little bit.
Well, that was the bowling, I think. It was a low half Yorker, half low full toss, and hard to get the middle of bat in those ones. It's so far low down. It's a very difficult one to send over the ropes. And with that protection in the outfield on the leg side, it's a good way of protecting the boundary. Now, here's our man, Harsha Warnakulasuriya, fresh off a 6 last over. What's he got in store for us here? Short. Pulled around to short, fine leg. The throw comes in. Good backing up there from the Catalunya fielder. That's only a single, so a good start to the over for Khurram Shahzad.
Lots of effort for a single. They're looking for 4s and 6s now.
So 25 runs required off 16 deliveries. Shahzad again. This is short and pulled away. Maximo! Into the spectators' tents. What a time to hit a 6. And Hassan Ahmed getting it done here at the Manga ground in Spain as he took heat of that short ball, pulling it away over the short boundary. That shot with the wind made it even safer. So 6 runs. And bringing it down now, that brings up the 100 for JCC Brescia.
And he immediately needed a new bat after this shot, which put some of the spectators in danger.
Surely that tips the balance in favour of the Italians, needing 19 off 15 deliveries. This one's up and it's high. It's long. Maximo! 6 runs back to back.
And now they're back on track.
Oh, they're more than back on track now. Hassan Ahmed with back-to-back 6s. And again, this leg side, this one's up. And you really can't afford to give them that length, even that off-stump line. You've got to get outside and force them to play something different. They only require 13 more runs from the final 14 balls. This time, not timed. Dragged into the leg side. Deep mid-wicket comes around. So, again, the game ebbing and flowing. Brescia made the early running. They were off to a really good start. They were 50 off the power play after only 3 overs. Then Catalunya came back into the game with those wickets. As we see a wide down the leg side. Thoughts for run, but batsman content to take the 1 run for the wide.
And that's exactly what wides are not used for, because it was supposed to be his last ball, but now he has to bowl another one.
That's right. So 11 runs required off 13 deliveries. But we've seen the momentum shift a couple of times, even in this innings. That's what's so great about this format, the T10 format. This one's driven to cover. It's overcommitted at the non-strikers end, did Hassan Ahmad. They finished with a dot. And after 8 overs, the score is 108 for 4, with 11 runs still required.
So 11 runs of 2 overs. Definitely a target to get.
Haven't we seen some action here today? Who doesn't love big hits, Phil? I've loved seeing the big boys.
Well, some of the spectators maybe.
Hits. Oh, look, they're handing out helmets to the spectators.
Maybe.
Because it's been dangerous now.
There are some Kookaburra helmets around, I think.
Now, it's good to see this young man in the attack. This is Nadeem Hussain, the 17-year-old leg spinner. They've held him back for this moment, I think. He'll only get 1 over. Of course, bowlers aren't allowed to bowl consecutive overs. With only 2 overs left, he'll bowl his 1 and only over in the 9th over.
Lots of pressure now.
Nadeem Hussain. In and hits, get set. High, handsome, Maximo. 6 runs, welcome to the crease. Nadeem Hussain. Wasn't the worst delivery. Was well flighted. Was on the stumps, but I'll have none of that, says Hassan Ahmad. And he put it well over the square leg boundary for 6. So now only 5 runs. 1 big hit away from victory. I've been very impressed with this run chase from Brescia.
But it's a lot of pressure on Nadeem Hussain as well in his home country as a Spanish team, Catalunya, to bowl this over against the Italians from Brescia.
Hussain again. It's up, it's high. Maximo! 6 runs, game, set and match to Jandra Brescia here in match 4 of the European Cricket League, as he sends 2 of Nadeem Hussain's first 3 deliveries over the fence to polish off what was a very good performance, as they finished on 120 halfway through the 9th over, surpassing the target of 119 set for them by Catalunya. So in a very even contest, we saw big hits, big scores. That's what I thought we'd see at the beginning of the day, Phil. I said we're going to see 6s and 4s and 100+ scores. And haven't we seen it? As we've seen the batsmen dominating here in La Manga. So how happy are Jandra Brescia from Italy? One of about 45 clubs in Italy winning their right to compete in the European Cricket League by winning their domestic T20 title last season. And what a thrill for them to get out on the world stage and get the job done against a spirited Catalunya side led by Mohammed Amagan Khan, who had a very good game. It'll be very interesting to see who's man of the match. There were good performances on both sides, Phil.
I think it's Big Mac, but we'll see later on. Here we've got the other thing I like about cricket, that you have this fair play at the end. Everybody's shaking hands and you're basically friends off the field and enemies on the field, which I really love about this sport.
Definitely, Phil. The game's being played in great spirit, and how exciting for these guys to play against their counterparts in other European countries and meeting new people, making new friends and having that common bond of cricket and playing and breathing and living cricket. Wherever you are in Europe or wherever you're around the world, get involved in cricket, get down to your local club. We've seen an explosion of cricket clubs in Europe since this concept's been underway. I know German cricket, Phil, has gone from around 50 or 60 clubs to almost 400 clubs in just a matter of 2 or 3 years.
Absolutely, and you can just find your club online, and you will always find a club nearby. I've traveled through Europe because I studied everywhere in Europe. I played cricket all around in Europe, and wherever I went, I first Googled where is your next cricket club with the village or with the town next to it will find you a club nearby. So join the club, and maybe next year we're going to see you here at the European Cricket League.
Absolutely. Thank you, Philip Bachstadt, German international, for your thoughts. And now we're going to cross down to Urvashi Yadav, who has our man of the match.
All right, now joining me now is the man of the match, Mohammad Jafri. Thank you very much for joining us. Well played.
First of all, thanks, mighty Allah. And when I bowl on this wicket, I just think that it's very easy to bat there. And told my captain and all the bowlers, just relax, 120, 125, no worries. I will take on me, and I'll finish as early as possible.
Well, that's exactly what you ended up doing. So there was no pressure. 119 was not a big score for you, yeah?
Yeah, because the boundary was very short. That's why no pressure, 10 to 15 runs in an over. If you play with the straight bat, it's very easy on this wicket.
And it's easily coming onto the bat as well.
Yeah, it's just like a true batting track.
Okay, but you do know that your opposition is somebody who won the last game, and that too by a big margin. Did that affect you at all, or it didn't matter at all?
No, in the morning when the Spanish side won the first match, I have a meeting and told the guys, no worries, it's the first match. I have just check all match highlights and everything, and decide, no worries, just go and take on.
Okay, well, I like the fact that you did your homework. But what about the mood in the camp before you came in? Was there a lot of discussion about how you're going to play differently with Catalunya, or was it always the same game plan, that you go ahead, you score the runs, and keep it simple, basically?
No, I just explained you something, because I am a big fan of Azim Akram. One thing in my mind, when I play cricket, just attacking cricket. Go attack on the other side and just finish it, everything. As earlier, if you can't finish it, you lost the game. But no worry, you must attack the opponent and try to down as early as possible in the game.
Well, that's exactly what you did. Thank you very much for joining us, and wish you all the best for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
And well, joining me now is the super confident captain of Brescia. I remember talking to you during the toss, and you said, it doesn't matter. They want to bat, they can bat. They want to bowl, they can bowl. We're going to win.
First of all, thanks, my dear Allah. I must say, told Amar Jafri is the best all-rounder, and Fiaz Bajwa is a big batsman in Europa. Overall, all players, congratulations, well played. I must say thanks Daniel Weston and next organizer European Cricket League. Provide platform. The European Cricket League provide on the best cricket. We provide best cricket in Italy. We present Italy cricket yet in Italy, yet in Spain.
And well, you obviously did a really, really good job. But talking about the chase, was there any time during the chase that you thought, maybe 119, maybe it's five runs too much or 10 runs too much?
I am first of all, thanks, my dear Allah. I say when duration the toss, 120 run, I can chase a bulk, and we have best batsman, best all-rounder, powerful hitter. Thanks, my dear Allah. Finally, we win the game. Thanks, my president of Federation Cricket Italia, Fabio Marabini, KLM coach Cricket Italia, provide best opportunity present Cricket Italia.
Well, thank you very much for joining us. And taking from the point that he was making, it is absolutely an amazing platform for all these teams. You've got domestic champions from 8 European nations battling it out here over the next 3 days to be crowned the kings of Europe. Over to you guys.
Yeah, and we heard from the captain of Brescia how he appreciates and how grateful he is for this tournament, the European Cricket League, and the team around Daniel Weston, who's, well, he's woken up the giants of European cricket, and now we're going to crown these in the next 3 days. Let's have a look at the score.
Haven't they done a great job, Phil? As we look at the batting card there for Jandra Brescia, it was Mohammad Jafri backing up his 13 runs conceded off his 2 overs with 38 runs off 15 balls. Got him off to a flying start. Also Fiaz Ahmed with 34 off 16. So the openers doing a really good job of getting 50 runs in the power play. Had the wobbles in the middle there, But then Hassan Ahmed came home with a wet sail with 29 runs not out of only 10 balls, and they got the winning runs with 9 balls to spare. So in what I thought was a very even contest with some ebbs and flows, we had Catalunya, who were very confident after their first game, coming into this game, but geez, they met their match there in JCC Brescia. As I said, Ali Zahid, very confident with the bat and ball. And Phil, take us through the bowling card.
Yeah, Yassir Ali starting off 1 over 21. He got smashed by Mohammad Jafri. He got 2 sixes and a 4 in the first over. Then, well, Mohammad Mughal with an economy of 9.5, 2 wickets, 19 runs conceded. Syed Shirazi, 2 wickets with 23 runs. And I think that we can actually have a look at the highlights of this game.
Yes, the second innings started with Jafri and Fiaz Ahmed at the crease. A fingertipper there for Yassir Ali. He couldn't do any better, and then he was helpless as he watched a few balls disappear. Getting it done was Mohammad Jafri, showing some muscle, getting the ball out of the ground, hitting straight and true. And Fiaz Ahmed said, hold on, I can do a bit of this. And he let a couple sail high and out of the ground. And Tim, we love watching the big fella go about his business. So after 50 runs in the power play, the youngster spilt that chance in the deep. Double M came on, went for a boundary, but then the wise hands of Nisar Ahmed taking that chance in the deep. Syed Shirazi showed potential again with the ball for the second game running, fighting back from a tough start to end the innings of Fiaz Ahmed. Catalunya looked to be getting back in the game. Again, ball skied, another wicket for Catalunya, and at this point, it was up for grabs. But then, with Catalunya continuing the assault, it looks like they may do just enough to restrict the Italians below that target. Then center stage came Hassan Ahmed, sending the ball to the boundary at a furious rate. Didn't we see some big maximos today in La Manga?
So I reckon the 118, from what I thought, was actually enough, but and also Catalunya is basically the home team in Spain, and I thought that would be enough, but it wasn't. Brescia went off to a good start with Mohammad Jafri and then Ahmed Fiaz.
That's right. Well, you never know how much is enough. 120 is not safe on this ground, I don't think, even with the efforts of Mohammad Armagan Khan, the Big Mac, with 63 runs off 32 balls, to be very proud of his effort in lifting his team to a total of 118 for 2. But JCC Brescia with the team effort there, 3 of their batsmen all contributing, 16 balls or less, scoring 29 runs or more. So that is the conclusion of match 4 in this first edition of the ECL. Coming up next at the top of the hour, we've got VOC Rotterdam taking on the Romanian champions Cluj. That's our first opportunity to see the Romanians in action here at the European Cricket League. But for now, this is Vinny Sandhu with Philip Buckstadt saying goodbye, and join us in a few minutes for match 5 of the European Cricket League.
Really good work. They're really doing a great job.
Yeah, I will. I'll put it there.
MEP broadcasting forever.